Story: Princess with golden hair and dark lands. In the farthest reaches of the Persian Empire, in a land full of beauty and glory, lived a young prince named Arya. Arya was a brave and compassionate young man who lived in a big and beautiful palace with his family. With a heart full of hope and desire, he was always looking for new adventures. But in his heart, there was a secret. He had fallen in love with a princess with golden hair, whom he had heard about in fairy tales. This princess, named Layla, lived in a dark and dangerous land. His land was full of demonic creatures and demons who hunted humans at night. Layla, with golden hair and blue eyes like the sea, was like a shining star in the midst of this darkness. Despite the dangers around him, he always rushed to help others and had a big and kind heart. The beginning of the journey. One day, Arya decided to travel to the dark lands to find Layla and express her love for her. He started his journey with a fast and faithful horse named Rod. Along the way, Arya faced many challenges. He passed through deep valleys and dark forests, where demonic creatures lurked. One night, when Arya was resting in the forest, she suddenly heard evil laughter. Creatures with scary faces and sharp teeth attacked him. Arya bravely drew her sword and skillfully defended herself. He was able to defeat several creatures and finally escape from there using his intelligence. Meeting with Layla. After several days of perilous travel, Arya arrived at the castle where Layla lived. A big and scary castle that was in the heart of darkness. Arya went to the castle with a heart full of hope and fear. His heart skipped a beat when he saw Layla, standing on the castle balcony, her golden hair dancing in the wind. Layla also put a beautiful smile on her lips when she saw Arya. Arya approached Layla and said to her, "I have come from Persian lands to save you and express my love to you." Layla looked at Arya with her eyes and felt that she was the one she had seen in her dreams. New challenges. But the dark lands did not give up easily. Demonic beings decided to prevent the love of these two young people. They hatched a plan to separate Arya and Layla. On a stormy night, as Arya and Layla sit together, demonic creatures attack the castle. Arya and Layla decided together to defend the castle. Arya fought with her sword and Layla with her magical power that came from her heart. Together they went to fight the demonic creatures, but the creatures were too numerous and they were quickly overwhelmed. Disaster. In the middle of the battle, one of the demonic beings approached Layla and pulled her towards him with dark and evil hands. Seeing this scene, Arya's heart ached and she ran towards Layla with all her strength. But time did not allow him. The demonic creature, with its glowing eyes and sharp teeth, struck Layla, knocking her to the ground. Arya ran towards Layla with a cry of pain and despair. He held her in his arms and saw the life disappearing from his eyes. "Arya, our love will always live on in our hearts," Layla said with a weak smile. And then his eyes closed. Evil magic. Arya, heartbroken and tears streaming down her face, decided to take revenge on Layla. He continued to fight and defeated the demonic creatures with all his might. But in the meantime, a dark wizard who witnessed this battle decided to punish Arya. He surrounded Arya with his spells and in a dark moment, he unleashed his magical power on Arya. Arya, in the middle of the battle, overwhelmed with grief and rage, suddenly felt the wizard's magic seep into her. She tried to resist, but the sorceress possessed Arya's soul with unparalleled power. Arya fell to the ground and breathed her last with her eyes filled with pain and despair. Sad ending. Arya died in Layla's arms, their love alive in their hearts. The dark wizard walked away with an evil laugh as the dark land mourned the loss of the two young lovers. Arya and Layla's love remained in the hearts of people as a legend, a story that shows that even in the heart of darkness, love can survive, even if it is accompanied by tragedy and pain. And so, the story of the golden-haired princess and the love of a young prince is remembered. A story that shows that true love never dies, even in the midst of darkness and sinister magic.